It's Ryan and Rizzo.
Coming to you in 3D.
Ooh, so good. So delightful. 3D. I mean, it is 8:30 today. It's July 30th, but you may be in the future when you're watching or listening to this. So,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know. We are here because now is now. We can't
But
go back
now
to then.
is going to be then, which is going to be now in the future.
But how do we
Like
get now?
3 days from now.
I mean, how do we get the marketing for now and now?
We have to go then.
Okay.
And we'll get there soon.
Speaking of VHS players, I still
And
have
Spaceballs, yeah.
and Spaceballs. I still have 2 VHS cassette tapes that contain Police Academy 1 through 6 on them.
Yo. That's a hefty VHS there.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
Record at the lowest rate, the lowest speed. You get 6 hours on those things.
We are going to touch back on the VHS things here in a little bit, which is
Yay.
very interesting that you already brought it up, but just remind me in about 20, 25 minutes, we'll get there, because I have a very interesting anecdote to share with you about something you told me about, 16 years ago.
Interesting.
There you go.
Interesting.
Teaser.
So how have you been? You had an adventure. We're going to get on that later, but how's the ABQ?
It is A-okay.
Good.
Everything is good. We'll talk about the first of 2 trips here in just a little while, but this week was pretty good. I basically unpacked and did laundry to prepare for the packing again, which happens tomorrow.
Fun.
So yeah, it was a pretty quick little thing. We didn't get back from our trip till early evening Monday, and then just kind of playing catch up and catch up on sleep and
The
all
grind.
that stuff. So
Yeah. The vacation, post-vacation to recover from said vacation.
which I'm also leading into next vacation.
Yeah, which is
sounds
fun.
I mean, it sounds a little first world problems, and that's not what I'm going for. It's just a matter of,
Yeah.
a couple of things
You
right
gotta
at
prep.
the same time, throw a little COVID in there, and it's all sorts of messed up. So
That does make the traveling a little bit more interesting these days. So
yeah, the airlines that are opposite of Northeast sent me some very interesting emails today. So
okay.
yeah.
Fun. See, I don't even think I can go to your state and enjoy your parks even.
You live in the nasty state to the east of
What?
us. You're not
What?
allowed in these parts.
It's not nasty. It's just slightly bigger. Not the biggest, but it's pretty big, but not the biggest.
It's pretty large. Yes,
It
it is.
is.
Everything's bigger there, right? But just
Not everything.
not
That's
the
just
biggest.
that's a marketing gimmick that they've been pushing for years, and some people really love it. But Alaska it's a fairly big state.
quite
Yes,
large.
it is.
Have you been? Have you ever been to Alaska?
I have not. I would love to go up there sometime. I would love to go to Canada as well, see that area. But the furthest north I've been was
Same.
not too bad. It was Seattle, Washington.
So
was
jelly.
Fun. That was fun.
The headless engineer is going to be mad.
Highly
'Cause that's
recommend it.
We want to go there really bad at some point. That's
Yeah.
just not, even like besides these very immediate travel plans, there is nothing on the docket whatsoever. So, because we
Yeah.
did Hawaii earlier this year, we
Nice.
might kind of drip back to a couple of those little stories.
Got to hang out with the dolphins, if I recall.
We did indeed. And
Nice.
the baby was like
Oh.
a month old, and she was so little and super cute and short,
That's
round / stop.
So round.
Was completely into it. We can talk about Hawaii, but not right now.
No,
I
not
wanna
today.
talk
We'll do
about-
that in the future. So
We'll talk about the past and the future. And we'll
Yes.
talk about things right now that will be
because
soon.
now
and then-
is coming up, and that's the test.
within soon, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I want to know more about you, because you made me a promise on last week's show, and not that I didn't think you would follow through with it
Mhm.
necessarily, but I was pleasantly surprised that you did.
I wasn't, the most, not. I wasn't upset to do it, but you explain this test. It's truity,
Truity.com. This
Okay.
is the Enneagram. We did the Rizzo side of things last week. So now we're having Enneagram Part 2, Revenge of the Ryan.
The
Yes.
Reckoning. I do like that for Revenge of the Ryan.
right.
So yeah, I
Thank
took
you.
it. And
TM.
I'm trying to get up what
I took all your notes anyways. We're good.
if you want to pop them up, because let's see. Okay, my primary type is 5, and I sort of agree with it, but I don't.
Okay, and do you remember what I said last week that I said your top ones would be?
Did I write them down? I don't think I did.
Well, it was either it was 5 for sure was like the number one I thought that you would be.
Okay.
And then I don't remember if I said 5, 6, and 8 or 5, 7. I think I said 5, 6, and 8. I believe
5, 6, and 8.
Because that was So that was investigator, skeptic, and challenger. Yeah,
so
were the 3.
5, it gave me a 98%. 6 was a 43%.
Boo.
And 8 was a 69%.
Woo.
But
so that was 2 of your top 3.
Yeah, that was one of my because I'm
I guess that's top 4.
I'm a 5, 4, 7.
5, 4, 7.
Yeah.
You sound like that episode of Friends when Monica was trying to teach Chandler how to please a woman.
A 5, 4, 7.
Yes. You need to go back and watch it. Yeah. You don't remember that? And at the end, she's like,
no, I remember I've watched like 2 episodes of Friends.
That's right.
That's not one of them.
That's right. Well, you should watch it because it's funny. So I'm just going to call you a 5, 4, 7 from now on. Yeah.
All right. That's
so you are an investigator.
Investigator. Apparently, yeah. Enthusiast, investigator, and an individualist. Yeah,
I took some of the notes from the link you sent me, and it was great because I took the quote. This is what was written there. That 5s withdraw from the world, retreating into their own minds to conserve their time, energy, and other resources.
I mean, while I am very bear-like and like to hibernate, I do interact with other humans at some point. So.
Yeah, when you're socially or environmentally required to.
Isn't everyone socially required?
I mean,
as an individualist, I am offended. But
you're an investigator.
I like to have knowledge, I'm like Batman. But
individualist means you're weird AF, which I can relate to. This is why we do these things, because we need to get our weirdness out of the corners of the world that we're in.
Mine gets out. I'm just spreading it more. Yeah.
Yeah, and my corner is just because I can't get out to hug people and be like, "Hey, let me give you $5," and yours is like, "This is my corner. See, look at all the books and posters and stuff. This is my little corner of the universe."
This is my corner, and I have a blog. Yep. It's on MySpace. It's still going. It's really good.
Tom number 1. Woot woot.
He's always been there for me. When he friended me on Facebook, I was like, "Tom, bro, like it." Anyway, so yeah, those were my numbers. The test was interesting. I feel like I'm more personal than just a data person, but I am very much a data person. I'm
no more tests, Rizzo. No more
tests. My color is clear. I am the drink of water.
Your color is like a mix of gray and brown.
Like a mountain.
Did you find out what your superpowers were? I was trying to lend itself to your nerd sensibilities, and I thought, well, shoot, if Ryan could have his superpowers, then that would be good. Did you write those down, or did you get to that section of the quiz?
I didn't ask me anything about superpowers.
No, it's in the assessment. Yeah, the assessment part where it's like, here's your Enneagram, the picture.
No, because it looked like it's like, if you want to know more, let's get some more information from you. I was like, no, I don't. Scroll.
Yeah. I didn't have to give any information. I didn't have to give my left arm or the last 9 of my social or anything.
I didn't need it to tell me what powers I have, because that's none of anyone's business.
Flatulence and thirst for knowledge.
Yes.
Okay.
Take in the knowledge, process it, gas it out. I'm my own natural energy source.
I like that. That's good. That's why you live in Amarillo. That makes so much sense.
It's a windy city.
There you go.
Middle of anywhere.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah,
that's why I live 4 hours away from you, because
I like it because it's yellow.
Hey. So I wasn't too far off.
No.
Because we've talked about this. We've known each other for almost 20 years, and so we should kind of know each other a little bit by now. But
oddballs, like, just we're humans, yo. We're all different. We're supposed to be different and accepting.
We're akin because we're both weird, but we have just enough that is not the same that makes it so that this thing works.
Yeah.
And has worked and probably will continue to work as long as the spouses don't kill us from being annoying and whatever.
Oh, well.
How's the missus, by the way?
She's feeling better. So
excellent.
Everyone here, not everyone here. There's a lot of sinus going around in the area, and with the current situation, everyone's got that hint of paranoia about it, like, of like, oh, everyone's gonna think I have COVID, but no, it's like you just have sinus. And
when those wildfires, or well, it wasn't a wildfire, it was that car fire in eastern Arizona. Remember the car like lit on fire and then it turned into a huge wildfire?
Oh,
when the smoke blew it our way, I had an issue with that, and I had to skip work. And my symptoms, I had to like mark off, the pre-thing. They're like, well, you need to go get tested because it's all the symptoms of COVID. And I was like, it's my sinuses.
It's my sinuses, please.
I'm allergic to dust and smoke. So, but anyways, so that was fun. Nothing like getting a swab up the nose.
Yeah, probe the brain. It worked for the Egyptians.
Yeah, it tickles. Like right up here.
That's my cerebral cortex.
That's right.
Anyway.
So how was 12 Monkeys?
12 Monkeys was good. I had a day off this week, and I told myself I'm not going to do anything really. So I just watched movies, and one, I had never seen 12 Monkeys. I had the information pulled up. Oh, it's still pulled up. Yay. 1995's 12 Monkeys, Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt. It was weird, but I liked it. Terry Gilliam. Yeah, it was unique. I'm kind of wishing I'd watched this as a younger kid, just because, as a kid, I'm not a kid anymore, but as a kid, just to have seen it.
No one's getting any younger, Ryan.
I know.
All right.
And so, yeah, I really enjoyed that. And then
that's not the What's in the Box. That's 7, right?
That is
another
7.
Brad Pitt with some other random digit in the title.
Yeah.
And then what is the premise of this movie?
There's time travel. There was I believe it's like in the future, 2035. It's a dystopian apocalypse type situation. Bruce Willis is volunteered to go back in time and to, prevent the virus from getting out. But, sometimes time travel is not an exact science, so he doesn't really land where he needs to sometimes. But it's just interesting and unique. But I enjoyed it. So
it's cool.
Not a happy go feeling movie, but Brad Pitt's performance is fantastic because he's a great crazy person, and Bruce Willis I really enjoyed his performance as well. And I'm used to just seeing him saying, yippee-ki-yay and shooting a gun a few times. He was kind of working the chops.
Christmas.
Yeah.
That's only during the holidays, though, right?
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh, it's year-round. It's whatever. So.
Yeah. That's one of the few holiday movies that I accept year-round.
You should. So. I mean, Die Hard is a great one.
Die Hard is a holiday Christmas movie, for sure.
It happens at a Christmas party.
Yep.
It's the rules.
R.I.P. Hans. Yep.
Hans.
Gruber. I watched the Help this week.
Now, The Help, the movie, or I know there's Help with, and that's got many people.
That is Octavia Spencer. That is Emma Stone, Viola Davis, Bryce Dallas Howard, Jessica Chastain. A lot. I mean, a really, really good cast. And
a very delicious pie, from what I hear.
Eat my something. EMS. I don't know.
That is a great show. A great movie.
It's because I have the book and I've read it several times, and I lent it to a girlfriend, and she had never seen the movie. So I said, well, once you finish the book, she's an avid reader. She finished it in like a day. I said, once you finish the book, let's watch the show, and we did, and she really enjoyed it. So
I haven't read the book, so how does the book compare to the movie? I know that'll change up, but is it accurate? Is it on space?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty accurate. I always like like the narrative side of things, and so I enjoy watching how it's played out. I wouldn't necessarily say, yeah, a movie's better than a book, because the book is phenomenal. It's Catherine Stockett, who is the author of that book. And it's really, really good. I mean, of course, super descriptive. And I think the only thing that really kind of veers off is that Skeeter, that's Emma Stone's character. Her name's Eugenia, but she goes by Skeeter. Her mom has a little bit of a redemption arc in the movie where it's not so much in the book, because her mom's a little bit worse in the book than she is in the movie, but the redemption arc like plays really well into the narrative is how the movie tells it. So
Excellent.
I love both. Sometimes it's like definitely the movie's better, definitely I think the book's better, but in this case I really love them both for different reasons. So.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I remember watching it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I really enjoyed watching it. So
yeah,
I think I watched it with the wife and my mother at the time, so it was great.
Oh yeah, right on. Yeah.
Yes. Did you watch any other movies? Anything else that just stood out this week in movie wise?
Well, no, I didn't really have a lot of time to, watch a movie because we were traveling, and then I was too busy. I was at this computer digitizing our history
Past.
So, which I'm not sure if you want me to go into that quite yet, but I will.
Nah.
If you want.
Nah.
Teaser.
Nah.
You don't even want to talk. You don't even want to talk about it. I do because it's funny.
We can wait. I know.
How was the Old Guard?
The Old Guard was pretty good.
You mentioned it because I for some reason I thought it was a series, but then I realized it's just a movie.
Yeah, standalone movie. Yeah, good movie. Nicely shot. Straight to Netflix, but it was fun. But it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is great. Mad Max Fury Road kind of had that effect. Like watching it was like, man, that was a great film. But Old Guard was good. Both the wife and I, we enjoyed it, but it's like, okay, that was fun. I also watched another action flick with Daniel Radcliffe. It's a very classy film called Guns Akimbo. I'm probably saying that wrong, but basically he is thrown into a very violent real-life game where, he is knocked out and has guns drilled into his hand. And he's got 50 bullets per gun, and he has to save his ex-girlfriend at one point, and his goal is to kill another person who is played by, I wrote her name down, Samara Weaving. Am I saying that right? I don't think so. Yeah, Samara Weaving, who is going to be Ted's daughter in Bill and Ted Face the Music, I believe.
Okay.
And so, but yeah, Guns Akimbo, very weird. Dumb fun. That's how I'm describing it. Okay. It was just dumb fun. Movie I could relate it to would be Gamer. Action. Yeah, very actiony. Explosions.
Not like horror or anything like that, because I just think of like hands and guns and then
it's urban dynamics in a city in the future that's kind of just messed up. Crime runs it. It's dumb, but it's fun. And I was like, I watched it after 12 Monkeys, so it was like a good balance of like, that was kind of heavy. This was just a dumb romp.
Go back up to the,
Yeah, the Jason Statham film was Crank. Kind of similar, just dumb fun.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have a question because I'm just going to slowly eke this history lesson back into our conversation. We're talking about movies. So I just have to ask you what your opinion is. There are just two movies. Do you prefer Dodgeball or Anchorman?
Dodgeball.
Okay. That's what I thought you were going to say. Okay. That's fine.
Is it because something you heard on the tapes from our college years where this show originated that you've been hinting at for the past 2 minutes?
See, I said 20 minutes and we're at 1950, so that's pretty close. So yes, that's what I've been doing with my free time this week, which I've had like none. Is I've been digitizing our old AirTech tapes from when we had our morning show back and literally 16 years ago. It's hard to believe. And one of the starting out kind of like segments we had. Oh yeah, who you do or me? Neither of us.
I've always had this luscious beard.
and that mustache that's just not quite grown in yet. Yep, that's okay. One of these decades it will. It's fine. I was like, yeah, when mine's better than yours, it's
I can never be Charlie Chaplin at Halloween.
anyways. One of the things we did was called the box office screen, and it just makes me laugh because the dynamic between us literally has not changed in almost 2 decades.
Okay.
Because we're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we're going to watch these things and do whatever. And the whole premise that we had was that we were each going to individually watch a movie and then just together, like, go see a first-run movie or something like that. We decided we were going to go see Napoleon Dynamite together, which, of course, we never did. But, yeah. So I remember going to see it, and I saw it by myself. And I'm pretty sure I still talked about it on the show, but we never went to see it together. But we saw Anchorman.
Okay. Sounds about right.
And then, yeah. And then after you went and saw Dodgeball, and you're like, Anchorman was fine. Like, it was funny, but Dodgeball was just like next level. And, of course, I'm like, how dare you offend Will Ferrell and Steve Carell? And I think I pronounced Steve Carell's name wrong because he was sort of new, like back then too.
Did you say Carl?
Yeah, I was like Steve Carroll or something. Anyways, but
I
yeah.
Both films. I mean, Anchorman's great. I love the characters that have come out of that. The cast is great, but Dodgeball is one I will watch repeatedly because I've been watching Ben Stiller movies since I was a kid, and Ben Stiller and stuff. Because there's a movie called Heavyweights.
He's in both of those.
He's an Anchorman?
Yeah, he's the Spanish television news.
Oh, he's got a 30-second role in Anchorman.
Yeah. When they had the street fight with the grenade and the trident. Well,
that's a great scene, and Anchorman too. That is an even better scene. It's like because you get Jim Carrey, you get Conway. Like,
I never saw Anchorman 2. I didn't because I loved the first one so much, and I didn't.
You should watch Anchorman 2.
Okay,
it'll hold up. But I understand because I haven't watched Zoolander 2 yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. I'll watch Anchorman 2 if you watch Zoolander 2.
I could do that.
Okay, fine. That just makes me want to watch Zoolander now and Anchorman.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so you watched Heavyweights, you said, and that was really good, or what?
Yeah, it's a Paul Feig movie. I may be getting the names mixed up, but Ben Stiller is it's a fat, kids go into fat camp. It's supposed to be a really fun one, but then Ben Stiller comes in and is like, all right, everyone, we're going to get fit this summer and get it done right. With that, just sort of that. So,
yes.
It's a fun flick, but.
Is it like when he was the orderly at the grandma's nursing home in Happy Gilmore? Kind of
that attitude. The guy that he plays in Dodgeball, it's like, oh, this is where this dude came from in a way. But Cable Guy is written by Ben Stiller and directed, I believe, by Ben Stiller. I never knew that. I just knew he has like a side role in the movie, but that's like his movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Jim Carrey and
forget about. Yeah.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
Anyways, so
we got way off topic. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was just thinking about the movies, and I really wanted to get in because I think I'm just gonna have these random little stories about us.
Flashback fact.
Aw, how cute!
No,
yeah, it's funny, and I was just mentioning before. No, I know we're not because I'll run with it, and you'll be like, "Can you come back to center, Rizzo? Come on, let's go back." But no, other than that, no movies for me this week. Like I told you, we were at Angel Fire this weekend, which was really fun and
nice.
And
never been, but I do plan on going.
It's really nice, and it was a nice quick drive up from the queue.
Nice.
And the headless engineer had a run-in with a bear.
Ooh, did he use my? I haven't patented it yet, but my bear hug method of takedown.
Trademark, patent pending.
Yeah. The wife will let me test it.
Oh well, you could try it out on one of your cats. Or put all your cats in a trench coat, like the kids in a trench coat thing, and then just go for it with them all in there.
It's like a bear. So running with the bear.
Yeah, well, it was not. It was a bear. That's scary as heck, It was him and his mom were out. They were prepping dinner, and there was burgers and stuff on the grills. Of course, the bear's But like, I don't think from what the story is I was taking a nap. Let's just be honest. I was in the room. I was taking a nap. It was a nice little afternoon thing, and he just said basically like he was walking and didn't realize they were there and kind of turned and paw up and kind of like and then just so they kind of hightailed it and went the other way and were like, we're not going to even bother with this. And then Bear just stopped and looked around and
so the bear was like on 2 feet giving that what's up paw thing.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
What's up?
I'm Yogi.
Yeah, well, it's like two paws, one on the ground. I'm guessing it was like the 3 with the like paw up.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
But he wasn't like standing there and like taking pictures of it, He was
It's like,
ready to go and just like hauling ass the other way. So
good call. Brown bear, black bear. I don't know what's in that area. Bear. I mean,
well, it wasn't a polar bear. I could tell you that.
What?
That would have been
that's
really
where
weird.
Lost got the idea for. The angel fire polar bear.
Yeah. Those darn Dharma kids. Yeah.
Of course it makes sense. It's the mountains.
Yeah. Oh, it was purgatory the whole time. What?
They go where snow is.
Excuse me?
Science.
Yeah, foresty, like brown bear style.
Okay.
Like not the biggest bear in the world, but they
bear
said
nonetheless.
Good sized, medium sized bear.
Hungry bear.
Yeah, smelling them burgers and dogs. Yeah.
Can't blame them for that.
Yeah. So
I'd be doing the same thing.
living vicariously through my husband and mother-in-law and their,
Well, sometimes
encounters with
on a vacation you just need to take a nap so that you can enjoy the later part or the evening part of it. So
yeah, in that case, yeah, s'mores and inappropriate games. So yeah, pretty much
all good.
Toasted marshmallow and chocolate and games. So I'm assuming you're familiar with You Don't Know Jack, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Been
and
going.
You've played it and everything.
Yeah, and that's been out for a good many years. I want to say
a long time.
By the time I graduated high school in 2000, it's been out since then. So.
Ay. Did you play it with some sort of a stone tablet and a thing?
In my day, you had to have a computer.
Oh my.
Not one of these console things, and steam was what came out of your teapot.
And it went wheep when you tried to get on the internet.
And that's when you knew Jack.
Yes.
Jack dial-up service was the most demanding, but most,
I lost my gig.
I'm with you. I know. I was so with you. I was ready.
I was like, I can't do it. I've lost it. Continue on.
Yes. So, of course, they have the other, they have different types of games that's, past the trivia and everything. One of the ones that we enjoy in Casa de Rizzo is called Drawful.
Okay.
Have you heard of that before?
Not that I know of.
So it's basically like Pictionary, but it's it's like the most bizarre things you have to draw. And I remember one time it was like Caterpillar's prom date. And I'm like, how do you draw Caterpillar's prom date? Just like those kind of things.
Okay.
And then so basically like in that first round, you have to decide what the, what it is that they're drawing. And then you come up with the name. And then the second round is everyone guessing from the names that have been put in there.
I have played this. Yes, that is fun.
So that wasn't the one we played. We played Quiplash.
Okay.
Which is new to the party. And it was hysterical. And it was great because Short Round was there. I am going to start saying Short Round. Damn it, Ryan.
Told you.
Shortstop. She was the youngest of the group, and then my in-laws were the eldest, and all of us enjoyed playing it. And it's a word game, and you're having to come up with like answers to prompts and things like that. Like one of the ones that I had was, "What's something you'd never hear from a Subway sandwich artist?" Or hearing someone yell out fire in a crowded movie theater is bad, but this is worse. Like those kind of things.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, and so it's basically 2 people in each round get the same prompt, so you're voting one against the other. And so, so you're having to do that. And then in the third round, everybody gets the same prompt, and you pick gold, silver, and bronze to get those last minute points to kind of see who goes over the top.
Okay.
Yeah, it was greatness. You would be excellent at this game, I think.
I don't know. I can freeze up sometimes, but it does sound fun.
You get a time to write it down, so you can be clever.
Get it
It's
out.
not just like immediately, and it's not like a multiple choice thing where you're thinking through it. It's like, a test, because we all know how much he loves tests.
Huh, I do
So,
love test.
but yeah, highly recommend. It was hysterical.
How were you playing it? So, because when I played, I believe it was You Don't Know Jack. It was about Christmas or two ago. I would do my answers on my own phone, but the main game was being run. Was that similar? It was set up somewhere over here on a laptop, and then everyone can like dial into whatever web address type thing.
That's exactly what it was.
Rock on.
So
That's
my
a really
brother-
cool feature that they've adapted to with our current technology. And
Yeah, we actually played a game of Drawful with the headless engineer's best friend. He lives up in Northern California, and
Nice.
he hooked it through Xbox. And one time it was kind of neat, just because you could still see the screen and like know what was going on, but then the prompts were still, like on the phones and everything, because you just go to the Jackbox website and type in the room codes, that 4-digit,
Sweet.
alphabet.
That's a really cool feature.
Yeah, it was fun. So lots of quiplash and s'mores, and we had a good time. We rode on a horse-drawn wagon and went into the forest, and the deers and stuff came up, and we saw them every morning. And we had little chipmunks that hung out with us. My nephew named them Chippy, Chippy Jr., and Chippy the Fifth.
Chippy the Fifth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those were the three that kind of made it.
This
throughout
is
the week.
Chippy the Fifth. Chippy 1 through 4. No,
We don't know. We don't know where 3 and 4 are.
you shouldn't ask the questions.
Yeah, we knew Chippy. We knew Chippy Jr. And we knew Chippy the Fifth. So
Fabulous.
yeah.
So, speaking of Chippy,
Yes.
tell me, what were you nominated for as far as albums that inspired you? Because, you wanted, they said just do 10 of them so that you could share that information with everyone on Facebook, but you've chosen 20 because you love challenges.
It's just an honor to be nominated, and I will say that every single time. So, so it was a 10-day album challenge.
Are these in order, or these are just 20?
I was actually pondering that myself, because definitely like 1 and 2 are kind of up at the top ish, but it doesn't mean it's number 1 or number 2. But it's just kind of how I listed them out on how I thought I might put them together, like on the 10 days, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So
Day
I was
number
gonna do
1.
a day. Yeah.
This
So
song.
not particularly, but I am ready. I'm ready when you are.
What is number? What have we done?
Because we did 6, we did 13, and we did 19.
19. Let's go with 10.
10, right smack dab in the middle.
10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
We don't
10.
want to hear the door.
This is a good one. Okay. So, this one is entitled Alpocalypse.
Ooh.
Yes.
Who's that by?
This is the June 2011 release by Alfred Matthew Yankovic,
I've heard of him.
otherwise known, of course, as Weird Al. He runs through the veins of us here in Casa de Rizzo, even Short Round. So this was the first real, because I've talked about how important music is to me, just kind of on a daily basis thing. But this was the very first really musical connection I had with Short Round, because when we went to go see, this was the first Weird Al concert I went to, and I think I've been to 5 or 6 since then, at least. Because he likes to do album tour kind of thing, and we try to hit no matter what wherever he is, like pretty close. So we went to his concert, and we went to the show on the 30th of April 2012. So I was about halfway through my pregnancy. I was probably 19 weeks along. And I'll never forget. It was so funny because like we'd heard the album ad nauseum. Like we listened top to bottom the day it came out, and just like constantly. He's just one of those people we can just listen to all the songs and it doesn't get boring to us.
There's a flow to his albums.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
All of them are like that. I just found out that we were having a little girl, so I was really excited about that. And we got settled into the concert venue is at the Kiva Auditorium, which is in the convention center. Have you all been to a show there?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Anyway, I thought maybe you have. I couldn't remember. But anyways, and it was like the second or third song in the set, and it was Frank's 2000-inch TV. Do you know that song? Do you remember that song at all?
I know of it, but I don't remember it by heart because I have that album, but I haven't listened to it a lot.
But Frank's 2000-inch TV was actually on Alpocalypse,
Okay.
which was the Jurassic Park style one. Which that's probably my second or third favorite Al album. But so Frank's 2000-inch TV came on, and it was like one of the very first times that I really felt her moving around in kind of. And it was so funny because she was pretty chill like most of the rest of the concert, but she was absolutely like going crazy during Frank's 2000-inch TV. So I remember that like it was yesterday.
Now we know what happened.
Well, to be fair, when she was 3, maybe 4, that was her first concert was Al. She's seen Al like 3 or 4 times. Right. She loves him. Nice. We used to, I don't remember if it was Alpocalypse. It might've been that was one of her bedtime albums when she'd kind of get settled in for bed, and we would just play that in the background and we'd just rock her and she just passed out. Nice. The soothing tones of accordion and screaming, it's good stuff.
It's classic from old country.
Yeah. So now it just makes me want to go listen to Frank's 2000-inch TV, even though that's not on Alpocalypse, but that was the CD that was the touring he was touring for when I, had her, and that was my first concert. And he's just a staple in the house, and we love him, and he's greatness. He actually signed one of his books for her too, right when she was after she was born. I'll have to show you that sometime. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
So
on. Very cool.
Thanks for letting me talk about Al. I love Al.
I will allow Al.
Thank you.
It's just rude not to.
He's the greatest.
Well, you kind of mentioned, since you're doing your top albums of influence, you kind of asked about comic books, because I've been, a comic book nerd since 4th grade.
I'm so glad you took that on too. I know that was just kind of an off the cuff thing that I wanted to do, but I'm really glad that you sort of went with it, because I think it'll,
I'm proud of my nerdisms, and I'm kind of a weird nerd, because when I started comics, it was just because of a thing to do. It was a way for me to have friends.
Yeah.
Because I can
There's
wear.
nothing wrong with trying to, connect with somebody. It doesn't matter.
This is the clique I'm going to hang out, and it's going to be the dudes who collect comic books, trade comic books, and sell comic books, and also wear sweatpants because they're more comfortable than jeans.
I know. I saw that sweatpants and superheroes, and I was like, "That's excellent." Of course, I was like, "Maybe it should be slick pants," but we're not going to relive that anymore.
The hair was probably slick, but no, that wasn't slick pants. That was your genuine 100% cotton sweatpants.
Like those, like
4th grade, semi of a grunt, Ryan, giant feet and sweatpants.
And then the ones that had the elastic around the ankle, so they like stuck around the bottom of your leg, or what?
I don't think I had those, but I do have a set of those now. Very comfortable. I like the grip.
That's okay. I mean, you got to make sure the pants stay on.
So stay on, good grip.
All right.
But that's about the year I started collecting comics, and I don't know the exact first one because I've slept since then. But the first one I'm going to highlight today, and I sent you the link earlier, and we need to figure out a way to we can look at this. But is X-Men from 1991, issue 1, published October 10th, 1991. Cover art by Jim Lee, and I actually had multiple copies of this because they sold it with a variant art, which they still do a lot of that with comic books, but they had it to where this version of the comic book was this picture, but this other one was this picture, and you combine them together and it'd be like one long panorama of action of the X-Men attacking Magneto.
That's cool.
And
I
just
see
that art and that story. Yeah, that's the one that made. But as you see that where Cyclops' beam is going, you see that little orb. That is Magneto's magnetic shield projecting the optic blast from Cyclops.
And then Wolverine's trying to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go scratch you. That's basically what he does.
And knife some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's the one I remember having, and I still have a copy of that. In the future, I'll try to dig through my stash and be like, well, we have this one here.
That would be awesome. I'd love to see that.
And so, but I still read comics. I'm currently reading one called Letter 44.
Okay.
I forget the publisher because I suck, but I'll look it up and put it in the notes.
No
But
worries.
it's the 44th president has taken over. He's walked into the Oval Office.
Mm-hmm.
There's a letter from the previous president and saying, like, I know you didn't like me. I know you didn't like what I did during my administration. I did it because there's aliens right next to Jupiter. Have a good day.
But bye now.
Yeah, and
Bye-bye.
so I'm currently reading that. But so yeah, I still love comics. I still love, Marvel and DC both have their own streaming services for kind of basically the Netflix, the Hulu of their brand of comics.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Comixology where you can purchase digital comics. They're everywhere, so it's great.
Oh, that's cool.
Amazon Kindle, you can get graphic novels.
Right on.
I've still been nerding out, but yeah, X-Men 1991 with that cover art by Jim Lee is just kind of lives
Iconic.
with me. And now I follow Jim Lee on Instagram. And I'm like, it seems like I just met you recently, but no, I've been, I was such a nerd. I was a very religious kid, but I would pray to have certain powers.
Aw.
Yeah,
It wasn't flatulence and a thirst for knowledge.
no. The knowledge, yes. More intelligence was always in there.
I mean,
Stronger, faster, a little bit more smarter. Why not?
a little bit more smarter. There you go.
A little bit more smarter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually have a couple of. I might have to chime in a little bit, but I
With
have
your comics?
like two or three. Yeah, I have two or three
Nice.
comic things, just because one of the things I like to do around town is Comic-Con, but we'll get to that at some point.
I've only been to the local con, and I would like to go to a bigger con one day. I've never been to a con with bigger name celebrity panels.
Fun. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that
Maybe-
was awesome. Thank
Maybe
you for
in the
sharing
future.
that.
Yeah, and I'll try to pick out. I think next week we'll talk a little bit of DC and Superman.
Ooh, that sounds good. Good.
So.
In the future, with superheroes and sweatpants, or
Whatever order we put that in.
I love that, man. I think that's perfect, and it's just so on. That's just, yeah, that's you. That's great.
It is who I am.
I love it.
I mean, I once had sold enough comics to buy my mother a Mother's Day gift.
Are you so cute? What'd you buy her?
I don't remember. Probably flowers or something. Like,
Very thoughtful.
So yeah. So that's my
Alright.
comic book life.
Right on.
What kind of entertainment news do you have? I really don't. The only entertainment news I have, and it's old news by this time, but what is it? Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner?
Yeah, Willa. They had the little baby Willa.
Yeah. So they had a child. Congratulations to them.
That's gonna be really pretty good.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tall child, probably. So.
No. I mean, the thing that I had, it's not exactly entertainment, but it's more of like in the vein of what we're listening to.
Okay.
It's because I again, I'll say this again. I love music. So we have a Sirius XM subscription that includes the one where you get the app, and that's kind of where I go to, just because I'm not in my car as much anymore. Surprise! No one's in their cars anymore. And they were doing some limited run stations based on a bunch of different rock personas and things like that. And so they had let's see. Okay, so they have the Beastie Boys right now.
Okay.
Which was on the app. They have Bob Marley, Coldplay channel, Michael Jackson channel, Prince, and then last but certainly not least, because it's alphabetical, they have the Queen channel, which they had limited run on channel 27, which is
We're not a Queen tribute podcast. They just keep coming up because of her.
It's just. Anyways,
I'm on your. I'm to your left.
when you point, it's going to be right on the video, but just right now, you're like, it's because of her.
You're
And you
to
point
my
to my
left.
cat.
I'm
Yeah.
to your left. We are both to each other's left.
See, here is now, and
Yeah.
there's then. That's
Point
fine.
to your left. Do it. Do it.
That way. Wait, hold on there. And I'm pointing back here. It's that way. Pointing to my left. I am.
Okay.
To my left.
Meanwhile,
So it was on channel 27, which is Deep Tracks. And and then they switched it over to app only. So I've just been listening to that nonstop. And one of the things that I thought was great, and I think you'll get a kick out of this because you enjoy the foo, obviously.
Of the fighters,
Foo,
yes.
yeah, yes, you do. So they were doing, while it was on Channel 27, they were doing some of the kind of like celeb, like hosted shows where they would tell the stories that, why they like certain bands and the certain songs. And so I was listening to one on a Saturday morning, and it was Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very mainstream because she grew up and she was in the United Kingdom. And so Queen was very much a part of her growing up. It's really interesting, but it was more of the like radio hits and the, all these things and the ones that everybody knows. And we've talked about this before because I'm kind of a little left of center when it comes to Queen because I love a lot of their classics, some not so much, but I like a lot of their deep tracks just because it's fun to see where the artistry goes in. That's not so much the commercial, acclaim. And then freaking Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters came in and did a stint. And they were hysterical talking about it because I guess like Taylor for sure is like the huge Queen fan, and he argues with like some of the other members of the band. And they got into like the deepest cuts of Queen I've ever heard.
Taylor's the drummer?
I believe so.
Okay.
That sounds right. He's the like long blonde hair.
Yeah, drummer.
Anyways, and so
sure.
it was really funny, and I almost wanted to, I know you don't have Sirius XM, but it was great because they were just like the antithesis of what Catherine Zeta-Jones did, because it was just like completely deep tracks and like these crazy cuts that, like I said, a couple of them I'd never even heard of before, and just their stories and how they related to Queen was pretty awesome. So
rock on.
But enjoying that. Yeah, it was great. So.
Cool. I've been listening wise, I've been trying to get through the book I mentioned episode or two ago, the Aeronauts Windlass by Jim Butcher, the Cinders series. I think I still have 12 hours left on it.
Okay.
A little bit of that.
The cats and the stones.
Yeah, the cats, the crystals, the steampunk.
Yeah.
A lot of blimp-like warships. People who are true fans would probably be like, "You schmuck, you're destroying it." But so
yeah,
getting through it.
Because you said you probably won't pick up the second one, but you want to finish up the first.
Yeah, anyways. I want to finish it because I've started it. I don't think he's written the second one yet, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, I really just kind of want to catch up on the Dresden Files because love that series, and I have a lot of other books I need to finish. That's one reason why I'm not doing the comic book digital subscriptions for a while, because I have a lot of graphic novels I have in paper that I'm like, I need to read these. I've got good stories. Right. Yeah, so
right. Yeah, I finally picked up, I had Me by Elton John for a while, and I finally read. I'm so used to the screens. The prologue, which kind of outlined how he became Elton John and came up with a name and that sort of thing. And then the first chapter, it's just like very Elton John. And I've already said this before because I enjoy fiction writing, but the nonfiction where I'm hearing like the narrative in that person's head and like their voice, it's just so funny just to kind of place yourself there and try to, understand that. So very entertaining, very Elton John so far. And I'm excited to dig in more. So
and that's Me. Very nice.
he had some, it's basically, it's an autobiography, but it's, somebody that's like writing for him and everything, but he's telling those stories. And I also picked up Over the Top, which is Jonathan Van Ness.
Okay.
Do you know him?
No.
He's the style guru on the new Queer Eye.
Okay.
And that's the one that's on Netflix, and it's in its fifth season, I believe, fourth or fifth season. And that is an amazing show. And I will talk about that ad nauseum at some point during our run, but he had a book out here recently, and I wanted to pick that up because I just like his story, and he had a lot of issues that he had to deal with, of course, just being in the GTQ lifestyle and with everything like that. It was a lot that he had going on, and just to see where he was, how he got through it, and where he is now is just really great. And so I'm looking forward to that. And then the third of the trifecta of books is called My Dear Hamilton.
My Dear Hamilton.
And this is actually a fiction story, but it's based on the historical lore of basically
Hamilton.
Exactly. Yes. So it's a fiction book written from the view of Eliza Schuyler Hamilton. That's Alexander Hamilton's wife.
Okay.
But it's still the same historical accuracy and has those historical pieces in it, but it's just tying in a fiction piece like throughout that. So I'm very excited to get through that as well.
Historical fiction. Rock on. Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Okay, I need to know about this MIDI keyboard.
The MIDI keyboard. I was going to have it working, but since we had audio issues beforehand, that didn't work out. But I do have it right here. This is it.
It's so pretty.
It is.
What does it do?
Well, it makes noises. I'm going to explain this horribly, but
it's all right.
If I were to open up the program GarageBand on my machine, I could say, I want you to use a MIDI input. And so it create a MIDI input. And then I would say, I want this to sound like a piano. And so that track would be a piano. So when I hit the keys, it would be piano keys. And even these drum pads up here.
Okay.
I could also create another input track for a MIDI device. And I could say, I want this to be a banjo.
Okay.
So this would be a banjo. Or a percussion set.
Could it be Screaming Rizzo?
It could be Screaming Rizzo. I could use another program and basically take... I'm sorry, Whiskers. Cat's in here. And take little bits and program it like, I want this button to be like, why do not deny this child? And
we are not even digging that out.
We're not. I was just... What are you talking about?
That's just plain disrespectful and rude.
It's me having a fun time.
We'll talk about it. It's fine.
So,
it's because Short Round's mother is an idiot. That's the only reason I don't want it to be brought up. That's all it is.
It's cool. More than that, maybe. But yeah, so this is the MIDI device I've been playing with. I am not a musician, but I've always loved music. I have attempted to play 3 or 4 different instruments.
Word, yeah, that's good.
And I just never... I lose beat easily, and but I love music. I'm a pseudo producer, so I have a lot of samples. I like sound effects, and
give yourself a little bit more credit. Yeah, you're a producer.
So I was, trying to figure out a theme for us if I can do that, but it's been fun to play with. And
boing,
and that's just so.
But I can use this for Dungeons and Dragons, where I can do like, okay, this button's programmed to the sword sound, and this one's programmed to be the creature going ah.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. That's what a nerd.
You can add that in post if you're doing something like this, and you can just add it in.
Yeah.
Pretty much right on. Okay, that's cool. It doesn't have to be
for
like
this
live.
stuff. I mean, if I wanted to watch our show and add like a weird soundtrack live that would be like weird sci-fi, I could do that. Just complete the whole fit.
Ideas for the future.
Adding bombs and doing everything if I wanted to.
So when I start talking, it's just wah, 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 wah,
I could do that, but that's more editing than I want to do. So
you talk an awful lot in the span of an hour, Rizzo. So that's just
I could speed you up if I needed to, but I don't. That's rude.
So speaking of rude things, that was a really nice segue. Today, my child was having a, not the best day. Sometimes it happens, sometimes not so much. And I made a comment to Ryan that she wasn't having the best day. And so you sent this cute little video. Like, I guess that's what you do with the women in my life. But anyway, so you sent this video to her.
Everyone gets a video but you. You get this.
Yeah, great. Anyways, so she watched it like 17 times and then started texting me back on my phone, and I didn't. Who cares? It was nice. He just said he wanted her to feel better, and I thought it was really sweet. So she watched it, and then she, unbeknownst to me, she's texting him back. I'm just thinking she's watching the video a bunch, and I'm like, okay, sure, and texting him back, and then all of a sudden, we were with a girlfriend this afternoon, and she says, "Mom, I'm videoing." And I was like, okay. And so I'm just like, and like threw up the peace sign and whatever. And I'm just like hi. And what did she say during the video?
Oh, wow. Was it, why do you deny this child?
Why do you deny this child? And I'm just all,
We'll if with your permission, we can pop it up right here, and
that's fine.
okay,
It's great.
because it's a video of you, but yeah, because
Short round screaming at me. Yeah.
The reason she said that was because Short Round said she was feeling better. Sorry, there's a cat fight going on behind me.
That's okay.
That's kind of funny. They're arguing underneath the door. But Short Round was, I said, your nickname is Short Round, not Shortstop. And it's because of Indiana Jones. And she said, who is Indiana Jones? I'm like, your parents have denied you. Because you could I think she could get away with maybe the third one right now.
7.
3, 1, and 2. 3, 1, and 2. Maybe in 3 years.
3, 1, and 2.
Yeah, 3, 1, and 2. Watch them in that order.
It's not going to mean anything to me tomorrow. I'm going to have slept and then.
Fine.
I got you.
But so I was like, that's what I meant. You've been denying her Indiana Jones.
Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
I got you. See, I know.
Yeah.
I am. You're right. Yeah, I know everything about Indiana Jones. I'm just holding out for my 7-year-old. That's all it is.
I guess that makes sense.
Just to piss you off.
Yeah. So I told her, said, okay, say out loud to your parents, why do you deny this child? I'm just thinking, this is funny. And then I get a video of you going, and Short Round going, why do you deny this child? So as you just said earlier, I don't know, right? Repeat it.
That was great. Yes, you can post it. It's so stupid.
So it'll pop up here sometime.
Why have you denied this child?
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's just me trying.
So
to
then you're like, what did you do? Like, what did she not say what she was doing? So
yeah, then I was like, yeah, great. That's the only thing I need in my life is another Ryan, just a small version of one that lives in my house and screams at me. Yeah, it's great, and I'm very excited about the
best reminder. Let's see. Do you want to do? Oh, what is your tea? Because we're jabbering a lot. So what's that tea, yo?
That's okay. We're enjoying ourselves.
What was in that empty cup?
Yeah. It was, again, because this is totally Sunday morning. It's not Thursday night, like we said. It is now and now.
That's why it's so bright outside.
It's called Sweet Autumn Crisp Roobios. And that is another completely caffeine-free herbal tea. It comes from the African red bush, and it is a toasted brown sugar rooibos tea. So no caffeine, really sweet, natural sweetness, doesn't need anything in it. And it kind of reminds me of if you're drinking a pineapple upside-down cake, basically.
Interesting. A pineapple upside-down cake.
Mm-hmm, like a little bit of that sweetness. And sugary, you know how it kind of gets that sort of crystallized sugar, the like kind of
right,
kind of I don't know how to
crunches in the back of your molars, or like what was that?
Yeah, but like really yummy, like brown sugar, but like kind of sugary sweet. Awesome tea. Again, I'm it's past my bedtime, and I still can drink tea without the guilt. So
nice. And just to reiterate, all rooibos tea is from the African leaf, and it's caffeine free, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's right.
The more you know.
Look at you learning about it. Do. Yes.
The joys of tea.
So I'm very excited about going back to our regular time, because then I can actually drink a caffeinated tea. So because it's past my
coming soon sometime. Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see.
3 or 4 weeks, I think.
Yeah, whatever the future. So, what is gaming wise? I haven't been doing a little bit. I am currently downloading Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
It's been out for about a year now, I believe, and so I waited for the price to come down for a bit. So I'm gonna try that out.
You do? Yes.
But
I'm not gonna stare at my crotch. I'm not gonna stare at my crotch.
Is there a cat amongst you?
It's about to be, and it was screaming at me, so I'm thinking you probably heard it, but you
can. Oh, you're good. No, I don't care if there's cat noises. There's someone in here, but I like how we're both looking around, like, where is it? I want to say I'm sorry.
She's good. No, she's okay. So Red Dead, you waited for the price drop.
Red Dead price dropped. I mean, I could have waited longer, but I'm impatient.
Sure.
And been playing a little bit of Apex Legends as always. That's just gonna be my go-to mindless. And did a little man eater. I'm now a level 14 bull shark.
Of course you are.
Very happy about that. So
Level 14.
yeah,
I really do think you need to play another one of those videos because I really want to watch.
I've been saving up more clips. It's just I'm bad because I'll play right before the show. I'm like, oh, I actually need to import this, and so in the future there will be more man eater, and I'm trying to get good shots and dumb stuff.
Good.
And
I'm playing Animal Crossing New Horizons.
what?
What? And today,
Are you still enjoying it? Because you're 300 plus. You're probably 400 by now, right?
Hours? No, I'm over 5. I'm over 500 now. Do the math, kids. Do the math.
You were 300 like last week, were you not?
No, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Come on. There she goes. She's back up. Speaking of crossing animals, there she is. Hi, Daisy.
Yeah, they heard Furbies.
Yeah. She, nope, not she, they just came out with a new update. And it was today, and it's the second summer update. And,
the last update, you'd go diving in the water.
Yes.
So what?
I'm over that. Other than getting the DIYs and getting the pearls and special stuff from the otter, who's really really cute. His name's Pascal. But no. So the newest update is you get fireworks shows and this like little carnival every Sunday night, which is kind of fun. And then you also get to there's a character called Luna, and she's this anteater who comes to you in your dreams. And if you can lay down and
safe.
you can lay down in a bed and you can have the opportunity to, should I just lay here or should I sleep? And if you say sleep, then it goes into this little like hazy purple and blue thing. And you go off into dreamland and talk to Luna, and then you put in this dream address. It feels very Nightmare on Elm Street, but for like, not murdering kids. Yeah, exactly.
I
it's
am
like,
Luna.
what is the dream address that you would like to go to? And it's, you get them offline and whatnot, and people will post their dream addresses and stuff. And so you can just go visit people's islands basically in your dreams and talk to their villagers. And you can't do anything. She empties your pockets. You can't, dig up resources or do anything like that, but you can get island inspiration. And
so you can go to islands in the dream world.
Yeah.
But you could go to the islands in the normal world.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's not like, because not everybody's friends. You're not connected with every single person.
So like a whole other set of islands.
Yes.
Okay.
Since there's like, millions and billions of them, then it's not really like
Gotcha.
a way that you could be like friends with everybody.
Over here's Jason Voorhees. Over here is Freddy. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's pretty cool. Short round was she was like, I'm going to be dreaming all day. And she went to like 20 or 30 different
Dreaming
islands.
all day, man.
I just randomly went on Twitter and found one of the dream address codes went, and I was like, and I'm good. Because it's just, it's not, it's like you can pick up designs and different things, but wasn't that fun for me, just because I'd rather be on my own island, interacting with my own people, my own villagers and doing my own thing. So, but it's cool. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm excited to see how everything works on Sunday with the fireworks show and the kind of like goodies and stuff that you can get to. The cat's trying to turn the volume down on my mic, so I'm trying to push her head away in a nice gentle motherly way. And I do have to bid a fond farewell to my AC Freak of the Week.
Aww.
Because remember how I was telling you I was really wanting like one or two of the people off my island so I could get some new people and go island hopping and find somebody. And of course, neither of the ones that I want to leave asked to leave, but my very first villager, Shari, the monkey.
Okay.
She was the very first villager. She was on the island when I got there. We all flew together to the deserted island. She said, "Deuces. I can't do that. I'm never going to be able to do this anymore because I'm going to think,
why have you denied this child?"
Yeah.
And now the cat is on.
that. Oh wait.
Yep,
One of
see,
them,
there-
yeah, that one of them's not good in some countries.
Daisy. Oh my god.
Catavision.
Holy crap.
That's all good.
She's good. This is she's
Darn,
almost,
it's a cat. Oh, it's a pretty face.
yeah, she's almost 19, so I
Wow.
really don't
Rock
care
on.
what she does. She's such a good girl.
That's, Whiskers was in my lap for a second. Now she's just chilling behind me. But yeah, she's my old one. She's being regal on the floor.
That's okay. So Shari, I just have to bid a fond farewell to her. She is a monkey. She is sisterly. She was the first villager I had. Super, super sweet.
Moving on.
But she wanted to explore the world, and I said, that is A-okay with me. Go ahead and... Huh?
I was going to say, she saw something in her dreams, and that's where she's going.
You know what? That's a good point. Maybe she, because that was today when she asked, and I guess it was yesterday.
All connected, man.
But I'm excited to go island hopping, and I'm hoping by next show I have somebody new, one of my dreamies, to add to my island.
Excellent.
So. And she's very sweet. She's super cute, and as you can probably see. And I'll miss her, but I'm ready for fresh meat. In a nice neighborly kind of way, not like...
Yeah.
Hey,
fresh meat, welcome to the neighborhood.
Hello, okay, there you go. Yep, as I wield my axe, welcome to the neighborhood.
Well, I do love meat because I love to eat. Speaking of eating, you've been doing a COVID recipe type cookbook with the COVID cookbook with your friend.
I am, and by the time this actually is out, I can tell the world these things, so it'll be like very Inception like. But I actually put together a actual in your hands physical cookbook.
Ooh.
So she'll have it in hand by the time this show comes out because we're actually going to watch it together. But
so I shouldn't post it early.
No, you totally should.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean it doesn't matter because she's not going to watch it till I do, so it's fine, and she'll have
That's
the
what you
cookbook by then
think.
anyways.
You do what you want, and if you need help, you give us a signal.
You don't even know. Blink, blink. Yes, and so I decided to actually feature one of the recipes that I cooked whenever we were in Angel Fire for our little weekend getaway because we like to just split up the task of cooking basically per day. So one family unit is in charge of like a lunch and a breakfast. Lunch and a dinner each day, and then we do like, off with the breakfast and stuff like that. So, so the one that I did was called Easy Cheesey Baked Tortellini, and it is easy and cheesy for sure. It only has...
Is it tortellini?
1, 2, 3, 4, like basically 5 ingredients, and that's it.
Okay.
So you take either frozen or refrigerated tortellini. It's like 20-ounce container. A pound or so of ground meat, beef, chicken, whatever.
Lamb.
A 24-ounce jar container of your favorite tomato sauce. You can make your own as long as it's about 2.5 cups. You're good.
Okay.
Well, I guess no, that's 3 cups. And then 8 ounces of cream cheese, like a little square, the little guy.
Okay.
You just cut it up into cubes, and then grated cheese on top. You're gonna do about a half a cup or so. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. So you cook the tortellini first. While you're doing that, you brown the beef, drain the fat, add the sauce, cut up the cream cheese, mix it in together so it makes it like a vodka sauce, but it's a nice like thicker, like creamier vodka sauce.
Okay.
And then you dump the tortellini into it, mix it all together, put it in your 9x13 pan that you've sprayed or buttered before, so it's nice and, doesn't stick to the bottom.
Right.
Then you put with the top, like Parmesan. We just did like a shredded Parmesan on top, which was excellent. 375, 20 minutes, done.
Nice.
And we thought we were going to end up having to do 2 batches with it. So I brought 2 pounds of beef, which we ended up cooking both. And that actually worked really well with the amount of cream cheese and the amount of sauce. So it was a little meatier, but it's great.
Excellent.
Not like a meteorite, not a little meteor.
Meteor.
Little
meteor.
Yes.
Gonna take down Superman.
Yeah. And so, like super, super easy. And then you can also at the end just like put it on the top rack and 2-3 minutes. You can just do broil so the cheese really like browns up and crisps up. But you don't need to do that. So
Groovy.
yeah, it's really, really good. Really easy.
Dumb question.
No, it's okay.
What's tortellini? Like, I've probably had it. I just can't imagine it at the moment.
It's like the round pasta is not like it's kind of like ravioli. It's a filled pasta, but it's like kind of looks like almost like a swirl.
Oh, okay.
And it has like the cheese inside, or has like something that has like spinach or sausage or something
Okay.
like that.
Gotcha.
Kind of like ravioli, but smaller and more like twisted. My father-in-law and I were teasing short round that tortellini was Italian for snails, and she didn't think that was funny.
What? It's delicious dough filled with snails.
Hey man, she still ate it. Like, a little swirly, a little round shape. She liked it. So
That's fun.
anyway, yeah, it was great. And so we'll definitely be testing out a ton of the recipes from the COVID cookbook when I am on my next endeavor, my next jaunt to the middle of America.
The flatlands.
Yes, it's a rectangular shaped state that's north of Oklahoma.
Dorothy is no longer there.
And west of Missouri, yes. And so
Toto
I think
hasn't been there for years.
I don't know. Toto was popular in the 80s. I'm not so sure right now though. So
Here they went to Africa.
oh, I see. Oh, he did. Yeah, he missed rains in Africa, didn't he? Yikes.
So many connections there. Tangent after tangent.
Woo! Ay, ay, ay.
If this was an outline, it would be a tree. Everywhere. Well, fantastic. I don't have a recipe because I haven't been really original this week.
It's okay.
I've been really lazy too, so I haven't been doing much cooking as normal. And what I have, it's been grilled. So it's like, vegetables, a little bit of olive oil. I have a nice thing that kind of a grill basket that works nicely to where I can kind of shuffle the veggies around and do that.
Yum.
So
Perfect. That sounds delicious.
easy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a sandwich. I thought about doing how to make a sandwich because maybe not everyone knows how to make a sandwich. If not, let us know. Leave us a rating somewhere and then let us know if you would like to know how to make a sandwich of some sort.
I'd like to know how to make a Ryan sandwich because I'm sure there's something in there that you're doing that's just like
raised on bologna, so very original stuff.
You are full of it now, so that would make
Wow.
sense.
Yeah.
All right.
80s bologna, man.
I am very excited to share upon my let's just say Kansas, okay, people. I'm going to Kansas, the Kansas staycation. So saying hey bestie because she's probably watching it with me. So I'm just gonna do that quick little shameless shout out since she's probably like
I wouldn't say that's a staycation. Not for
or
you.
right there. Well, I'm gonna fly 1,100 miles to sit in her house for 3 days.
For her, it's a staycation, but with a guest.
Yeah, with a
Basically, she's become a host. She's
Yep.
being screwed over.
Sorry.
Just being honest.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it happens.
It's like the high school bestie and then like the college bestie are just, that's fine. It's whatever. Just
Making fun of you
please.
at the same time.
Please. I say I can just already picture her right here laughing at me or making faces or doing God knows what. So I'm excited. Can't wait to talk about it.
Yay, it'll be fun.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's it. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your trip. Hope everything was fine. So you're flying? Okay.
COVID bus one way.
If I hear you just got to wear the mask the whole time, so,
I've already trained myself to do that, and we have a layover in Vegas, so I'm really not too sad about that.
Got a machine to try on, or to try out there. Got a few machines, so.
I find myself a Bloody Mary.
How long is your layover?
Call it good. An hour.
That's not bad.
Just enough time to get in trouble, like find my next gate, because I do switch planes. And I think, because it used to be a straight shot from the queue over to Kansas City, but they changed it because of COVID. The amount of, which makes sense, and that's fine. I don't mind
flights. That makes sense. Yeah, and that's not a difficult airport to get around in. So
no, Vegas is fine.
Yeah.
Vegas is fine as long as you're not trying to figure out how to get an Uber at like midnight. Then you're fine.
That's more fun.
Because I've done that too, and that's not as fun, but that's okay.
More on that in the future.
I have plenty of Vegas stories to share. All right.
Well, awesome. Well, enjoy your trip. And if you're listening to this, like and subscribe and all that jazz. Leave us a rating if there's a way to leave a rating. If you're watching us on YouTube, like it, subscribe. We'll
And
let you know when other ones come out. I think that's all that works. I don't know. Thanks, though.
If there's something you like, tell us. If there's something you think not so much, also tell us that. So
we've got the socials, right?
Tap. Yes, Ryan and Rizzo. That's at Ryan and Rizzo on Twitter and or the IG. So follow us there.
Instagrams.
Yep, and we're slowly but surely integrating the posting of our shows from Anchor as well as the McWilley Podcast Network.
Yes,
and YouTube. So
we are starting with episode 5.
Episode 5.
We're going to be at anchor.fm/Ryan and Rizzo. Pop up on Spotify here eventually, and iTunes and all that fun jazz. And
you know what? There is an email that exists. It's ryanandrizzo@yahoo.com.
Is there now?
According to the old tapes, according to the history tapes. So I need to dig that up and find that too.
Wow.
So no matter where you are, we're going to be there.
I wonder if that's even active still. Surely not. Is it?
I'm sure I could reactivate it easily.
After 16 years?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, because I still have 2 or 3 different Yahoo accounted emails. So,
but you've been using them on a regular basis, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I could see that one being. I could be very wrong, but good luck with the password.
I'm gonna dig it out from the grave and see if we can't resurrect it.
I mean, yeah, as long as, because usually it'd be okay. We're getting nerdy. We're like, what?
I know.
Okay, well, we'll have an email eventually.
We were very excited about it back in September of 2004. So we'll see.
I'd be surprised if it's still up and alive.
I'm gonna find it.
So much spam in there. I mean, awesome.
A bunch of eHarmony stuff, right, Ryan?
eHarmony. Hey, remember?
Oh boy.
If you want to find a friend,
that is another story for another 2 or 3 shows.
Nah.
His name was Alan. It didn't work out. The end. There you go. For me, not for Ryan.
It's 2020. You got to specify. But,
It's not because I was like, right, Ryan? Oh wait, no, this was me. Yeah, his name
was Alan. So
that's all right.
Awesome. Well, we'll do the standard out. This is why we have to go back to Sunday mornings, but we will eventually.
You're loopy on Thursday night.
Make it silly. Awesome. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and good day, good night. See you next time. Thumbs yo. I like to do the blah blah. McWilley.com